lots of riches, and it mentions an entire mine, just walls full of gold. There's a it mentions about a massive temple in the center of the island. Then it also talks about a friendly village that they had stayed there for several years as well.
Oh, very cool. Is this something that I would be familiar with how to get from here?
No, actually, your father had never mentioned anything about adventuring. You know that I that's probably why he was so hard on you, is because and actually towards the end of the book, as you're flipping through it, he actually talks about his son was just born, and maybe one day him and his son will get to go back to this place and finish what he had started 45, 50 years prior.
Oh, well, I guess my question was, from where we are in Waterdeep right now, would I know how to get there, or by his description, or do we need to continue to do more invest?
No, but you don't know how to get there, but it's the very most it's the easternmost island of the whalebones, and you have a map of Faerun on you, and you can actually see that the whalebones are west of Waterdeep. It's a gathering, I think, of about 7 or 8 islands, small islands, and but you do see it on the map, but you would have no clue how to get there. But you do know that there are ships for hire, and there are plenty of sea captains that do charge, you know, for fare or to go from one city to another and all that other good jazz.
Okay. Um, well, obviously, I won't just sit there and, uh, thumb through the book and not at least say something to those who are sitting around me. Obviously, I'll keep the personal items about my father to myself, but the description of the adventure or the travel out there or what's there, I would share with the folks that are around the table with me. Um, Obviously, the gnome doesn't need to because he's already thumbed through the book.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Can
but
I stop you just there
in
for
any
a
event,
second? Now, sorry, I didn't know if you guys kind of knew each other just from uh, kind of previous jobs. Maybe you guys worked together or not, or maybe nobody knows each other and I can just work you guys in, or but that was something that we hadn't discussed the last week.
I was going off of the assumption that we know each other, but
Okay, all right,
Yeah, Lorimer might have seen them because he would like work in the temple, and maybe like they come in as for healing or whatnot. He might have seen them around town.
okay, all right, that's cool. Well, we'll see. We'll say that all of you guys are basically around a table, just having a few rounds.
Can I be a safe distance from Aerith? Because from his backstory, it seems he might not like orcs too much.
Well, you're a half orc. You're not full orc, so.
he's not one to judge quickly. He'll decide after a couple of rounds.
Well,
Perfect.
well, actually, it wasn't actually the orcs that did anything to him. It was more. I
It
think
was
his name was
his own
Teriel.
people.
Yeah, I think it was Teriel.
But they did have a
One
helping
of the
hand.
nobles.
yeah, my backstory has a little bit of an orc in there too. But just to be honest with you, half orcs are usually not the fault of the half orc.
Yeah.
Most of
Right.
those are raiding parties, and the half orc is the bastard son of whoever the orcs decided to rape and pillage.
Yeah.
I mean, if he sees your pointy, elfy ears, you're kind of like his bastardized cousin.
Hey, cuz.
Okay, I know. I just had assumed that since we were all sitting in the or we were all in the tavern together, that there had been some, we had known each other in some form or sense. But you're just saying that we're all in the tavern, but we're not like with each other.
It was the only seat open in the
No,
house.
we'll say that everybody's together, and actually, you guys just did a job with the what is that? The Holy Reprieve, the boat that you were on for a while there, Aerith.
Yep.
All right, so yeah, you guys basically had just run a delivery up to we'll say down to Baldur's Gate, and you guys are just coming back from about a week journey, and Drake had just paid you guys and paid in full, and minus Rhiannon, because she's not there yet. She's still searching around endlessly. My love, I gotta find him. Anyway, you guys want to go ahead and discuss amongst yourselves?
Well, I share the story, and kind of look around the table, see if there's any response from anybody in regards to the story that David just shared with it.
Yeah, Aerith, he'll pipe up and say that's quite an interesting tale. And I'm sure Drake would love to be the one to sail you there for a price, of course.
Well, Drake's about 5 pints of meat in. He goes, "Hell, I'll take you for free."
That's what I wanted to hear. And what the hell? I'll help out as well.
It sure beats metal working for these damn nobles. I'll go.
It sounds like it'd be an adventure to get me out of the temple. I think I'll tag along.
I got nothing better to do.
All right, and Aerith, you've been here for about 3 or 4 years now. You've been working for Drake. You've been coming and going. So you own a small room that you actually had saved up and purchased. Really, it's nothing major. It's just like a one room studio type of place that you can actually rest your head and stuff, and you don't have anything of value or anything. Just basically like a rough bed, and because you're never there, but you do own the place.
Yep.
And so, I just want to let you know that. So you will have a place, seeing that you have become pretty established, and without the dock ward, Drake's a pretty well renowned fellow. Does a lot of running, nothing illegal. He does a lot of running for the other trade businesses and stuff throughout the trade ward.
Gotcha. Yeah, once Drake's like, "I'll take you for free," Aerith's looking over the maps and stuff and plotting courses and talking with not Dwerven anymore. Oh my god, what's his name? Gim, about the best course of action. So he's huddled up around the map discussing strategy.
Yeah, that's up to you guys. You guys discuss it, see what you guys want to do. If you want to do it, if you don't want to do it, I mean that's up to y'all.
The emeralds are they're pretty interesting. From what your father or from what was written, I'm very curious as to what power they hold.
So am I. I would love to see to be able to divine what's inside of them or what powers them.
Can they give massages?
They can, with a +5 modifier. It gives you a buff. No, I'm just kidding.
If you want a massage, it's 2 blocks over. You'll notice the red lanterns.
Alright, so I'm thinking it's probably a general consensus. I'm getting the feeling that you guys want to jump on the ship and head over to the Whalebones grouping of islands. Sounds like an adventure is amidst
Just because I'm paranoid, can I make a perception check real quick? Is anybody listening in? They shouldn't be. Anybody
No,
paying too much attention?
no. You see a couple. I mean, the place is so full of scallywags and swashbucklers, but you guys are keeping pretty discreet, but there's really no trouble.
Gotcha.
Just an occasional, couple guys yelling or fighting over one of the winches, but that's about it.
Understood.
And how long before we leave town? I ask.
Well, I'd like to sleep this off. My crew is going to be bare bones. They're gone. But I can get you there in 2 days. I've been there many a time. Your book actually, Chris, you do notice that in the book there is a mention of a small village called Tanarawa, and Tanarawa is on the very southern tip of the easternmost island, and it mentions the name Mira of the Hawk, and she is the one that actually had helped your father and his expedition party 45 years prior.
Okay. Well, since I probably spoke that, since I didn't indicate I didn't,
Yeah.
but I will remember not to provide that information anymore.
Mhm.
I will keep that information to myself, and I think it's best if I can sort of say under my breath, away from the sea captain, that we hit the island in a place that gives us a little bit of traveling distance to where we're going, so that it's not immediately nobody could immediately track us down by knowing where we're.
Understood. I'll make sure he sets a course farther inland.
All right, and well, Drake's going to go ahead and turn in for the night, and he is going to sleep on his ship actually. And if you guys would like to sleep on the ship, get a room. It only costs you, a couple silver. I mean, you guys really don't even have to worry about it. But that's about all that's going to go on this night. So everybody's starting to get a little slosh now, and Drake knows that you guys are going to start out at first light. So he's going to go ahead and start getting the ship ready. And as he had mentioned, he's not going to have a full crew. So it's basically going to be him and a couple of his other seamen and you guys. So you guys are going to have to help man sails and everything else. But it's only a 2-day journey, so it's going to be nothing major.
Yep, and Aerith tells them all, you'll earn your sea legs real quick.
Yeah, Aerith is pretty proficient with all the seafaring jobs, so he'll be able to show you guys the ropes as well.
Well, before I turn in, I'm going to go up to the bar and grab another ale.
User in timed out.
There you go. There you go, man. Drink up. Can't take the cup with you.
Bottoms up.
Your channel.
And I chugged the ale down in like 2 seconds.
Hey, before we head off, I'd like to check my contacts in the city to see if there's any, as part of my bounty hunter background, to see if there's anything else that we could accomplish while we're out on these islands. See if there's anybody suspected to be out there that needs to be tracked down.
There's really no known information, not from any of your informants or anything. But there's several rumors though that there may be a pirate stronghold or something, maybe on one of those small islands. But that's about it. There's really nothing else. Everything's so sketchy because the whale bones is really not a massively populated area, so there's not really a lot of trade going to and from. And it's like your book had also mentioned that the villagers are pretty self-reliant, and that they really don't do any kind of just trading. Maybe just throughout the other small islands, they'll trade fish or shells or something like that, but there's really no other information.
Okay, and there were specific names in the book regards to maybe somebody that he had spoken with?
Yeah, the only name that is in there is a name of mentioned Mira of the Hawk, and this was 45 years ago, and she was actually she wasn't the chief, but she was the chief's daughter of Tanaroa, the village.
Okay, and this would be human?
Yes.
I'd like to whisper to Hunter Roy, can I crash on your couch?
When you do that, he just throws you the keys and says, just please don't break the bed.
Not that heavy.
And shoots to a slender frame.
Also, I'm going to add a handout in the journal tab, everybody, at the bottom. There's a party notes, and everybody has access to view it and also to edit it. So if you guys want to write anything there, feel free. You can put all of your party loot that you can discuss later, all of that stuff. So there's no restrictions. You can put anything you want.
Could you write down or tell me how to spell the name of the contact out there?
Oh, Mira, M-I-R-A. Mira of the Hawk. But it was a pretty large village. Your father talked highly of it. They had helped him do a lot of scouting for the island. Plus, they allowed them to stay there as well. They had done several jobs. Well, not really jobs, but they actually helped around the village and something about some problem with large reptiles or something like that. And your father and his expedition took care of that problem. So that's how they basically won the trust of the actual people in the village. Alright, so everybody is done for the night?
I'll probably end up spending a few hours with the gnome, just doing whatever it is he wants to do, and then turning in a couple of hours later.
Alright.
And I'll probably be drinking for a little while longer.
Alright.
In the spirit of a true dwarf.
Indeed.
Yep.
Yeah,
Aerith,
I think
will-
Lormar will stay here and have a few also.
After Aerith throws Jep his keys, he's gonna take a stroll. And he'll return later.
Drake says to you guys, "You drunks better not be late, especially for a free ride. I'm leaving at about 9 o'clock in the morning."
We'll be there.
Alright, so everybody stays up, does their thing. Next morning comes, you guys all start getting up about 6, whoever stayed in the boat, or Jeff staying up in Aerith's room.
I accidentally woke up the wrong way and I smashed his side table, so I put a little sack of gold to repay for that.
Alright, well, everybody gets up. It's probably about 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. Sun's just starting to come up over the horizon. And is there anything that you guys need to do? Any kind of goods you need? Any kind of supplies, rations, spell components, anything you need before you guys hop on the boat? I'm on a motherfucking boat.
I'm on a boat, man. Some Tums.
Yeah, I would go to the shop to whatever spell components I need for My cleric spells.
Yeah, well, I don't know if the spell components for 5.0, I don't know if that's going to be a permanent thing that I go with. But I just want to try it out just to see how the micromanagement works, if it's a big hassle or if it's actually not too bad. So that's the whole reason behind wanting to try that out. So, but we'll do that for a couple weeks. But just whatever you guys need, just put it on your sheet, because I'm sure probably nothing's expensive except for that. I think it's a 5,000 gold piece glass cylinder that you need for resurrection or something. I don't know, something ridiculously expensive.
Yeah, you need like
Yeah.
super expensive diamonds for resurrection spells.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably not going to be for a while anyway. So.
Yeah, no, it's not. But shit, by then you guys will probably be rolling in a suite somewhere in a big old castle or tower or something in Waterdeep.
we'll have a beachfront mage tower.
Right. Yeah. Up in the Sea Ward.
Up in that deluxe apartment. No, Aerith's just double checking his equipment and everything, making sure he has it already.
Okay. Now, where are you at, actually, Aerith? Are you in your little shanty, or are you on the boat getting ready, or?
Yeah, I'll say since they don't sleep 8 hours, they only like go in a trance for 4. He's out of his trance earlier than they are, and he's at the boat getting stuff ready.
Okay. All right. Rhiannon, you're up. Now, you've been in Waterdeep for several days now, and you've actually traced down. The other wards really don't know a whole lot, or actually really don't know anything about Aerith, but the city registry actually shows that he owns a small place in the dock ward. So you travel to the dock ward. He is not there. You go down below, because it's on the top of the Happy Griffin. Smiling Griffin.
Oh, the half work should have totally been there.
Whatever you want to, but I'm not there yet. But he's not there. But as you're walking up to the door opens, and a half-orc comes out. I mean, a big, nasty, ugly half-orc.
Whoa!
Well-built half-orc, but ugly as
Some
shit.
strong storytelling there.
And then when you close the door, you turn around and there is a beautiful elf. She's got a hood up though, so you really can't. You know that it's definitely a female orc. I mean, a female elf. Sorry.
Where'd the ugly come from?
Sure, half orc, dude.
Some
kind of
hurtful
principle.
words. Half orc, half elf.
So he's only mildly ugly.
Well, it's about perception.
Yeah, but all orcs are ugly to elves.
That's what I mean. It's
Yeah.
perception of the.
Anyway, so I guess Rhiannon kind of just stops in her tracks and
She probably thinks he's getting mugged. Sorry.
she stops in her tracks, pauses for a moment, and then like turns around to walk away. I think.
Jeff, Rhiannon, you guys are up.
So I close the door. I sit in the couch and I start to prepare my alibi. Because I just saw both Arath and some random female elf that I've never seen before. And I think, well,
You didn't see Aerith. Aerith's on the boat.
oh, but then who's the beautiful who's the other elf then?
She's a female. You're looking face that you just basically shut Aerith's door because you stayed there by yourself. He got up earlier from his trance and went to the ship to get ready. You shut the door, turn around, and you're looking down at an elf, and you can tell that it's a female elf. And it looked like she was coming to your door and was gonna knock.
Okay, well, I've just try and put some words together in mind. I reopen the door and I say, well, this isn't my place. I'm guessing you're here for somebody else. Don't know where he is at the moment. I just got finished waking up on the wrong side of the bed and breaking his side table.
Alright, well, the elf looks perplexed and at a loss for words.
I continue and say, you might want to check the dock. Him and I and more people in the group are leaving later today.
You guys,
And,
she hasn't even said anything who she's looking for. You haven't even asked her what she wanted or anything. You're just assuming.
I am assuming. Well, logic dictates that since I'm not the owner and she was about to knock on this door, she's probably looking for the owner.
Did she say she was looking for the owner?
Nope.
Well, she's gonna look over her shoulder, kind of like she's worried about being followed, and then she'll turn back and say, "Well, if you can take me to Aerith, that would be nice."
Okay, let me just go get my glaive.
Nice.
It's like do. I lock the door and we start walking towards the docks.
Okay, that's a whole 2-minute journey. So, you stroll down to the docks, and if you guys are, I think you guys are on the docks map still, correct? Alright, well anyways, this is where Drake's ship is. And, Aerith, you can actually see as you're stowing goods and everything on. Actually, really, you're just kind of getting the sails ready and everything. You see Jack Ball here walking down the docks, Jeff, and you see a hooded figure, but you think you might kind of know who it is. And this is somebody you probably haven't seen for a long time. And actually, Rannon, you can see him as well now. He's, his shirt is halfway undone, like a scallywag with his, well, never mind. Elves don't have chest hair, so he's just kind of, messing with the sails and stuff.
Are they about to have to get a room?
This could be like one of
I
those
hope
slow
not.
motion hug moments.
2 dudes. I got to hear this role play. You guys go for it.
I'm gonna have to charge for this.
Right.
So was he late in coming, or was he just on?
No, there's still about 15-20 minutes.
Yeah, Aerith sees the two and notices his traveling companion. And he's like, no, it can't be. And he'll run off the side of the ship to meet Jeff.
I'll look over at Jeff and I'll kind of scream out, "Hey, you're not supposed to bring those back with you on the adventure. You're supposed to pay them and let them go home."
Nice.
I like to yell back. It's like, I didn't go for a massage. Just slept in this guy's bed. And like, well,
Oh, is that what they call it?
I swear she just showed up.
Oh my god. I think, wow.
then I just so does Aerith walk towards us?
Yeah, he's like pushing
Then
people out of the way and.
Well, I say to Aerith once he's within earshot, it's like, hey, I think this girl wants to talk with you.
Really? Who? And I start to move closer, and then I see her face, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, she puts her hood down.